Did you know? The Earth's temperatures have risen by 1.2 degrees Celsius since the 19th century, and 2024 was recorded as the hottest year in history. Climate change is no longer just a distant concern, it's happening now. With 3.3 billion people highly vulnerable to its effects, we urgently need solutions that go beyond traditional approaches. Welcome to AI On, the series where we explore how artificial intelligence is shaping the future of our world. From health to education, AI is increasingly at the core of groundbreaking advancements. Today, we're diving into AI's role in the fight against climate change. One of the most critical ways AI is making a difference is in tracking melting icebergs. As glaciers and ice caps melt, they contribute to rising sea levels, threatening coastal communities. With AI, we can now process satellite images 10,000 times faster than before. This allows us to map icebergs in real time, track their movement, and assess their melting rates. AI's ability to analyze massive amounts of data at high speeds is transforming how scientists can predict the impacts of these ice changes on sea levels. Understanding this process helps us plan for future coastal protection and anticipate the environmental shifts that come with a warming planet. By continuously monitoring these changes, AI helps researchers better predict sea level rise, which has immense implications for cities like Miami, Jakarta, and Dhaka, where millions live on the coast. With early predictions, communities can prepare infrastructure and protect valuable ecosystems. Another major application of AI is mapping deforestation. Forests are essential in absorbing carbon dioxide and stabilizing the climate. However, over 10 million hectares of forest are lost each year. In response, organizations like Space Intelligence use AI to process satellite data from over 30 countries, monitoring forest loss in real time. AI makes this possible by analyzing vast amounts of imagery, identifying changes in forest cover that are often invisible to the human eye. This technology enables more efficient conservation efforts, helping policymakers understand where to focus reforestation and carbon storage initiatives. With AI's ability to monitor forests, we can not only track deforestation trends, but also optimize replanting strategies, ensuring that the areas with the greatest carbon-absorbing potential are prioritized. AI is also transforming resource management in climate-vulnerable communities. Take Burundi and Chad, for example, countries highly affected by climate change where access to accurate weather predictions and data is crucial for survival. With AI-powered weather forecasting, these communities can plan for extreme weather events like droughts and floods before they happen. This technology allows for smarter decisions regarding water usage, crop management, and energy distribution, ultimately improving resilience and helping to mitigate some of the adverse effects of climate change. In regions that lack robust monitoring systems, AI is acting as a lifeline, giving vulnerable communities a fighting chance to adapt to the changing climate. From optimizing agricultural practices to preparing for extreme weather, AI is helping build a safer future. Beyond just monitoring the environment, AI is also enhancing waste management systems. Take Grey Parrot, for instance, a company using AI to identify recyclable materials in waste streams. In 2022, their technology tracked 32 billion waste items, recovering an average of 86 tons of recyclable material per facility. This process is crucial for reducing landfill waste and conserving natural resources. AI's capabilities in waste management don't stop at identifying recyclables. It can also streamline the entire recycling process, making it more efficient and reducing the carbon footprint associated with waste disposal. With AI-enabled smart sorting, waste can be redirected to the right processes, helping reduce waste going to landfills, cutting emissions from waste management, and promoting a circular economy. AI is also helping to clean up our oceans. Plastic waste is one of the most pervasive pollutants, with millions of tons ending up in the ocean each year. AI technologies are now able to map and track plastic waste, even in remote parts of the ocean, and guide targeted cleanup efforts. For example, the Ocean Cleanup is using AI to direct their efforts to the most contaminated regions, improving the efficiency of their cleanup missions. AI's ability to identify and map plastic waste allows cleanup operations to be far more efficient than traditional methods. By focusing on areas with the highest concentrations of waste, cleanup efforts can have a more significant impact. The integration of AI into ocean cleanup efforts is truly groundbreaking. By leveraging machine learning and advanced algorithms, we can now pinpoint the most polluted areas and deploy resources more effectively. This not only saves time and money, but also ensures that our efforts have the maximum possible impact. It's a game changer in our fight against ocean pollution. Lastly, one of AI's most powerful tools in combating climate change is its predictive capabilities. By analyzing real-time environmental data, AI can forecast climate disasters such as floods and hurricanes, giving communities the ability to prepare and respond more effectively. AI can predict which areas are most likely to be affected by these disasters, enabling governments and organizations to allocate resources more efficiently, warn citizens in advance, and ultimately minimize the loss of life and damage to infrastructure. Before we get started with our guest speaker segment today, I would like to take a minute to introduce our guest speaker. Today we're joined by Dr. Miriam Axel, an expert in international energy law and policy, greenhouse gas removal technologies, and climate resilience. Dr. Axel holds a PhD in environmental policy from Imperial College London and has conducted groundbreaking research on energy extraction impacts and community-driven clean energy solutions across the globe. She's also an honorary research fellow at the Grantham Institute. So without further ado, let's start the interview. As someone deeply involved in global climate resilience, what are some of the most promising AI-driven technologies that can help communities adapt to climate change, especially in vulnerable regions like the Global South?
It's a really fabulous question. I think one of the most exciting things is the power of AI, which can leverage massive amounts of data that we as humans, is sort of out of our reach. And that ability to use a lot of data is really beneficial for monitoring and also for predicting events, things like hurricanes and also, loss of crop viability, droughts, and at the same time, some places are experiencing massive flooding events that they never had before, other places really prolonged droughts. So I think that one of the most promising areas is really in early warning systems that are powered by machine learning and particularly can help the most vulnerable communities, especially when those communities don't have such robust monitoring systems in place already.
What do you think is the biggest misconception people have about AI's role in tackling climate change in general?
Another really good question. I think one of the biggest misconceptions is that AI is going to solve everything, that it's the silver bullet for solving climate change. And there are a lot of really powerful tools, both to increase efficiency. Some research that I've done was looking at how AI can help with energy distribution to make sure that it's the most efficient. So there are a lot of really important solutions there. But I think the problem is that it doesn't address the root causes of climate change. And I think a lot of that comes down to us as people and the need for behavior change, the need for education. I think this is where advocacy and education and really having conversations with people is so important, because an incredible technology tool like AI can bring some really good solutions, but it's not going to change people's hearts and minds. So I think sort of seeing it as a silver bullet problem solver, and we can continue, going on the way we're going on, particularly, in the global north and countries that have much larger carbon footprints. AI is not going to solve all of that. So I think there's a need for using the benefits of AI, but also recognizing the limitations, and a lot of those limitations are related to humans and behavior change.
Which other ways do we see AI technologies harming the environment, going the other way?
I think the flip side is that training and running AI models, especially the large scale models, has massive energy use. And this is both from the data centers, which act as the backbone of AI processing. They both have a really, really large energy footprint, which in and of itself can contribute to environmental footprints indirectly, depending on where the energy is coming from. But I think the bottom line is really raising awareness and focusing on inclusive solutions, regardless of your expertise, background, or where in the world you're living.
As we've seen, AI is already playing a vital role in addressing climate change, from tracking melting icebergs and mapping deforestation to improving waste management and predicting disasters. It's clear that AI has the potential to revolutionize how we address climate change, providing us with better tools to predict, manage, and mitigate its effects. However, it's important to remember that AI is not a silver bullet. While it can empower us with data and optimize systems, it's up to us to take action and make the necessary changes in behavior. AI alone cannot solve climate change. It's just one piece of the puzzle. But with the right combination of technology and human effort, we can still build a sustainable future. Stay tuned as we explore more about AI's potential in our upcoming episodes. And remember, technology can guide us, but it's up to us to lead the way.